Next section is 4.6, multiplication with polynomials. Now we've already done a little bit of this. There was a moment in last section where I had 4 times 5 minus 2x. And I said that we multiply the 4 by each of those pieces. 4 times 5 is 20. Minus 2x times 4 is minus 8x. Why? Because minus 2x times 4, I can reorder that. That's minus 2 times 4 times x minus 8x. This idea of distributing the thing that's outside on each of the things that are inside is the core of multiplying with polynomials. Let's say I had x times 3x plus 2x squared. I can multiply the x onto each of these two terms. 3x, 3 times x, that's just 3x squared. 2x squared times x, 2x cubed. So I have 3x squared plus 2x cubed. So when we're multiplying a monomial, a single term polynomial, with a polynomial, might have multiple terms, then we just multiply that monomial by each individual term of the polynomial one at a time, and we add them up. Let's do one more example of that to make sure we feel good about it. Let's say I have 2a. Let's multiply that by a squared plus 4a plus b. 2b. That's a perfectly nice piece of multiplication. Like we've been saying, we have to multiply the thing on the outside by each of the things on the inside. Now we have 3 things on the inside. Actually, let's make one of these minus, just to make it a little more exciting. A squared minus 4a plus 2b. 2a times a squared, that's just 2a cubed. 2a times minus 4a, that's negative 4 times 2 times a times a. Remember, we can always reorder the order in which we're multiplying things, so long as all we're doing is multiplying. So I have minus 8a squared. And then 2a times 2 times b. 2 times 2 times a times b. That's just 4ab. So I have 2a cubed minus 8a squared plus 4ab at the end. Okay? Now, these were fairly simple because the thing that was on the outside was just one term. If that's a polynomial in multiple terms, we have a more complicated situation. Let's say I have x plus 2 times 2x plus 3. I still need to multiply this by each of these terms. So I'm going to have x plus 2 times 2x, and I'm going to have x plus 2 times 3. And then in each of those, I have to apply thing on the outside to each of the 2 on the inside. I have to distribute again. So I'll end up with 2x times x. That's 2x squared plus 2x times 2, 4x. And I'll also have x times 3. That's 3x plus 3 times 2 plus 6. So all in all, I'll have 2x squared plus 4x plus 3x. I can combine those. That's plus 7x plus 6. Now, I look at this and I think, is there a more efficient way? Rather than writing out this intermediate step. In fact, where both of these are binomials, that is, as in this case, each of these have 2 terms, there is a more efficient way. Let's rewrite this example. I have x plus 2 times 2x plus 3. X plus 2, 2x plus 3. You may, in the past, have heard an acronym called FOIL. It's abbreviation for first, outside, inside, last. This is an easier way to go through this multiplication. This means my first thing to do is first. That means I'll take the first term of each of these binomials and I'll multiply them together. So my f is x times 2x. That's 2x squared. Next is O. That's outside. I'll multiply the outside terms. So my outside terms are this x and this 3. That's 3x. I is for inside. My inside terms are the 2 and the 2x. That's 4x. And then last is L for last. The last one in each of my binomials is the 2 and the 3. 2 times 3, that's 6. So again, I have 2x squared plus 3x plus 4x plus 6. 2x squared plus 7x plus 6. Now, of course, I can multiply bigger things. And then I do not have an easy acronym like this to get me through it. Let's say I have x plus 2 times 2x squared minus 6x minus 3. I need to multiply each of these 2 terms by each of these 3 terms. I have options. I can think about x plus 3 times 2x squared and get 2 terms from that, and then x plus 2 times minus 6x and get 2 terms from that, and x plus 2 times minus 3. What I'm going to do, my favorite way of doing this, is I'll just multiply this x by each of these 3, and I'll multiply the 2 by each of those 3 terms. And if I line it up carefully, I'll get something that's a little bit easier to simplify than it would be. So my first step is x times 2x squared. I know that's 2x cubed. I'll put that there. X times minus 6x. That's minus 6x squared. X times negative 3 minus 3x. Now my next step is I have to apply this, take this plus 2 and multiply it by each of these 3 terms. So I have 2 times 2x squared. That's going to be 4x squared. I'm going to write that right under my other x squared term. plus 4x squared. Then I take the plus 2 and I multiply it by the minus 6x minus 12x. And then the 2 times the negative 3 minus 6. So now I want to consolidate. I've got a lot of like terms to combine. But my like terms are all in columns. So I can just add down these columns. 2x cubed doesn't have any like terms. I'll just move it down. I have 2x cubed. Then this column has both of my x squared terms. So they're together, nice and easy to combine. Minus 6x squared plus 4x squared minus 2x squared. Because minus 6 plus 4 is minus 2. Minus 3x plus minus 12x, that's minus 15x. And minus 6, no like terms, bring it down. So my ways of multiplying polynomials works even with big ones. But when I have nice small ones, I have this easy technique of getting it done more quickly. Make sure you think about FOIL. It will become very useful in the future.